Hey Capricorn, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't catch your wavelength on this one, check your other major placements. And today we are doing oracle decks only over here on YouTube, and then we'll do a more traditional tarot spread over on Vimeo, and the link for that should be in the description box right below. So I just was really missing working with my oracle decks and the way those messages come in. They feel organic to me, and I don't know, I'm just missing them. So I wanted to do that. Ooh, a little secret. What do we have? A new start is coming. New moon. All right, Capricorn. That sounds exciting. Anything else from this deck? Okay. We're going to take this sideways sucker. Okay, well, get your yes or no question prepared. Oh, this is such an unusual grouping of cards. New moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe. So fears that you have, this is meant to lay them to rest. There is a sense of safety here. It's interesting to do this for a general reading because everybody's got very different situations. Some of them are safer than others, but this is specific. This came out. So there's some issue that you might be worried about, concerned about, but you and your loved ones are safe. So rest assured on that. We have surrender to the divine, full moon. Something's going on. You're not going to be able to stop it. You're not going to be able to control it. You're not going to be able to do a lot about it. So surrendering, letting something happen that is already happening, and you don't have a lot of say over it. So let it happen. Surrender to it. Allow it. Don't fight this. Don't fight this. You're safe. You're fine. Don't fight it. A new start is coming. So full moon and new moon. See, it's very dynamic reading, isn't it? This could be a storyline that takes, a couple weeks. There's a new start, and you're not going to be able to stop the new beginning. Interesting. There's something about like a full circle, a full cycle here. There is so much, I wouldn't say passivity being asked of you, but the new start is coming, whether you want it to or not. The new thing, the new life, the new job, the new whatever, it's coming whether you want it to or not. So don't fight it. Try to relax. You're safe. You're going to be okay. Okay, it feels like a big-ish storyline here. Like I'm trying to tone it down a little bit, but I mean with new moon and full moon. So a new start's coming. You're not going to be able to stop it. You're going to be okay. Just say yes. I like this. With the surrender to the divine, just say yes. Okay. This is like the simplest card in the deck because the explanation, like just say no is like, it might be delayed, it might be blah, you might need to stop something for a while, blah, like there's all kinds of like ways we can pussyfoot around a no, or like say it's no, not yet, no, maybe, whatever. But this is just yes. And in the book for this, it's just like 2 pages of the word yes. So yes. See, right? There's just like this straightforwardness so far. Like a new start's coming. You can't stop it. Don't even try. Just go with the flow. You're going to be okay. I mean, it's so simple. I just want to be like, and there's our reading for the day, people. Another extremely simple, straightforward card here. Okay. Okay, I don't know how these combine yet, but we will look into these cards and see what we see what we find. White Rose of Hope. This is another incredibly simple card from these decks. You're hopeful. Maybe you're hoping for this new start, this new beginning. Maybe there's something that you hope for. It might be very private. We're also getting secrets. So to me, this looks like a very private hope that you hold, that you haven't shared, that you hold dear. So there's something you don't want to open up about that feels a little too risky. You could though, you could. It's like almost on the tip of your tongue. So you might be considering opening up about this thing that you want, this thing that you're hoping for, this dream that you have, that you've held very privately, very close to your heart. There is something here, and you are close to opening up about it. It might be possible. You're looking at the possibility. You're approaching it. You're approaching the possibility of maybe opening up about this. To who? To the world, to a singular person, to hopefully a safe person, especially when we're dealing with secrets we might have held for a while. We want to be very picky about who we're sharing those with the first time, because a lot of people have a lot of different responses. Again, both of these are, okay, I'm going to say it, passive. You're holding on to a hope. You're not really opening up. You're not really talking about something. Here we have, again, not really talking about something. Again, a fairly passive role, the observer. This is paying close attention, maybe to something online, maybe to, it's very focused attention, although she does look a little distracted from time to time. When I look at it, sometimes she looks like she's focusing. When I look at it other times, it looks like she's not. She's looking at something else and she's not looking through the camera. You're very committed to something. And I feel like you're getting a lot of ideas about something by watching this. There's a watching and waiting vibe here. There's something you hope for and you're just kind of watching and waiting, which is really interesting because, as I said, there's not a lot of action going on your part here. And these first three cards are not about action. They're about hoping. They're about watching and waiting. Wait and see is what I'm getting here. Wait and see. There's about not talking about something, not opening up about something. Everything's going to be fine. You're surrendering. You're saying yes. You're letting life lead you. You're letting a situation unfold. And okay, we do have you as, I didn't want to say you were passive, but we do have you as a passive observer, quietly watching something. This new start coming, allowing whatever's here to happen. It's going to happen anyway. And you're saying yes to something. But yeah, these just have you watching and waiting. And letting something come to you to occur. There's no resistance. Do not resist this. Do not resist this new beginning, this new life. Don't argue, don't debate about it. Do not resist it. You are saying yes to life. You are saying yes to destiny, to fate. You maybe saw this coming for a while. Just watching something very closely, hopefully. And then we have Miss Sunshine. So this is about staying positive, keeping in a positive mind frame. It's also about, I want to say, like, they say your vibration rising. Well, what's that mean? Like feeling more positive, feeling less cynical, feeling more embracing life, making sure that we're focusing more on gratitude than on lack. Making sure, and it's not about denial. It's not about pretending these bad things aren't happening, or not pretending that life doesn't have a little bit of a dark underbelly to it, has its spooky, icky issues. It's not about pretending that this doesn't exist. How could we pretend this doesn't exist? Just because it's not in the light, just because it's not obvious, doesn't mean we can even pretend that it doesn't exist. It's a weight. It's part of the whole structure of life, is this darker stuff, right? But what we're doing is we're focusing and we're allowing our thoughts to help us go towards what we want, go towards something that brings us to life. And we're making sure, this is like my good mental hygiene card, like just making sure we're not letting our minds go run amok, and we're not letting our thoughts run amok in our mind and our spirit and our psyche. You can, and if you do, just you're resetting, right? Because that happens where our minds go off on their own little crazy little journey, and then we got to kind of, hey, come on back, do a little whistle and bring them back, bring the mind back to here and now, to where we want it to be, right? Making intentional choices about the thoughts we think and how we feel about them in our life. So it's not saying my life sucks and I'm going to enjoy that. It's more like, things are working out for me. Everyone's going to be okay, going with the flow here, letting something be its own thing, saying yes to life. I just see this watch and wait. Anyway, but as we're doing this is dark, heavy underbelly of something starts to emerge, starts to come. We're able to get a better look at what's down here. What are we seeing down here? And understand. So this is like committing to unconditional love. And then that allowing some of these darker bits to come forward, and being able to look a little bit under the surface. Here's the surface. Here's our commitment to our thought process, to being as healthy as we can with our thoughts. And then we have this being able to be more visible as we rise here. So we're going to be getting some glimpses of some parts that are behind the scenes. This reminds me of the Secret card. We're getting some idea of what's down here, and what's been hidden, and that stuff is being revealed. But there's something about remaining positive through this process. All right. Let's see about the urban or the crow oracle here. Okay. Not. Okay, wow, another pretty simple. Okay, all right, we have nature. I want to say this can be about taking some time away from a crowd, taking some time away from a group to reconnect with your own essential nature, with who you are. This can also be, about taking some time away, going offline for a while. Taking a break from social media, taking a break from activities. You may seem a little unusual. And there's a sense of going someplace where you belong. And it might be with someone, but there's a return to a place that feels right to you, that feels good, that feels like home. A cycle completed, a return to some place that, feels good, feels right. Where you belong, like, our culture can build up so many things around us and so many expectations and so many rules, that this is a place of returning back to your own true nature, of returning back to leaving that part behind. The constructed part, and getting into nature. Here we have you very much embedded in nature and observing. Maybe you're observing your own nature. We also have you feeling vulnerable, which is what I get a little bit from the Secrets card. Feeling vulnerable. Well, and also you're being asked to surrender to the divine. Well, if you're being asked, to surrender to the divine, it may be a little bit vulnerable for you. Again, we have a separation from a group. We have leaving a group behind. And maybe you're not under attack, right? This is just feeling exposed, feeling vulnerable, feeling like this could be something being exposed. A secret being exposed here. And it makes you feel very vulnerable and very concerned and worried. You and your loved ones are safe. But there is a concern that you might not be. You might be afraid for a minute. I think this is where like surrender, allowing what needs to unfold as it needs to. And it has you feeling vulnerable and concerned. It is, both of these have like a time away from the group. And that time away, that time of separation and isolation may reveal something to you. It may not be you that feels exposed. It may be something else that's exposed. So I feel like this observer watches you sort of get isolated away from the group. Where normally this group would be able to take care of this red-tailed hawk, you may feel a little isolated, a little separate. And then with the secret card too, it does seem like some sort of secret may be exposed, which would start the new thing that you need to let go into and allow. Routine. This is interesting because all of this seems like quite a break from the routine. So routine, you know, where you sleep and where you, this might have to do with your routine. This might be a disruption to your routine. There might be something, that seems very normal and mundane here. But we have this surrender to the divine, a new start is coming, and this routine. This is something about you. Maybe the new start is coming to your routine. Maybe you're going to have a totally different new routine coming in, a totally different life of what you do every day and why you do it and the places that you go. This could be the new start. There could be something new coming in here that's going to unsettle your routine, leave you feeling exposed and vulnerable, maybe a little bit lost. But whatever comes in right now to unsettle your routine, allow it. Allow your routine. Don't cling to the old routine. Don't cling to what you've always done and how you've always handled something. Do not cling to that. This new start and this surrender to the divine are asking you to allow your routine to be upended, to allow your day-to-day to be upended, to not cling to how things always are. You may feel very vulnerable and very, very vulnerable as you know, your routine may be a very grounding thing for you. But you're going to have to find your grounding in something else, possibly in nature, because this routine is going to be disrupted. And you are meant to allow that to happen. Anticipation. So you're looking forward to something. You maybe or maybe even not looking forward to, but you can see something. You're anticipating this new start, this surrender to the divine. You've seen it coming. You've watched it. You've watched it coming, so you're aware of the nature of and you're anticipating something coming in. No, normally I see this as a great card, and I don't know why I'm not right now, but it's like you already see what's coming. Because you have this secret. You've been watching something and observing something. You've been observing something which has created some anticipation. Maybe it could be good. It feels very neutral to me, or it feels like it could go either way. That what you're anticipating, you've seen it coming for a while. You've anticipated this. You know that this is coming. This disruption to your routine is coming. You've seen it coming for a while. You maybe haven't talked about it or shown anybody it, or maybe you've been hoping that, you know, maybe this is something you've been hoping for, or maybe this is something that you've been secretly hoping for, or maybe this is something that you've been hoping wouldn't happen. But you are saying yes to something, some anticipated situation. You may feel very vulnerable. It's like there could be like a secret hope or a secret dream being exposed, and you knew that this was coming. You knew that that you were going to be in this situation, in this position. The writing was on the wall, and now here it is. It's the time, the new start, and just go with it. You've got some sort of new start coming to your routine, and this is go with it. This was meant to happen. All right, so Capricorn, if that makes sense to you, you're welcome to join me over on Vimeo for the extended, where we'll do a more traditional tarot spread. If not, I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.